Good evening, folks. I hope you are well. Well, I have a package, as you can see, and I ordered myself a watch. It's a watch which I've been looking at these for a while. When I first saw these come out, I wasn't hugely impressed, but I came to really like them over time. So let's get into it. And I also went for a slightly off the beaten track for me in terms of a colorway choice. So we will see. So this was bought from one of the very well-known watch emporiums online. I negotiated a very good price, and I was actually quite surprised that they agreed to it. But if you don't try it, you don't get it. All right. Packaging, big box. All right, so it is of course a Longines. Pretty regular outer box. Longines logo, and I'm seeing this for the first time, same as you. Interesting looking box, got a metal hinge with this interesting gap, which is not, I don't know, I think Longines boxes have been a little bit more luxurious before. Well, there you go, you can see straight away what it is. It is the new green dial, green bezel. This is the 39mm, and yeah, that's a little bit. I shouldn't have left that rattling around, I don't think. So it says here on this ticket, no warranty if removed. So I do have to be careful with that. Let's have a look. All right, so there is a plastic protective film on it, as you can see. So the color green obviously was not something which I would have expected that I would go for, but you know, looking at it, this has got a lot of elements which make it really similar to the Hulk, the Rolex Hulk. Well, let's have a look at it in terms of the initial things which stand out. So the dials, these are lacquered dials. Somebody put on one of their videos that it's a sunburst. It's not, it's a lacquered dial, which is pretty much a flat kind of finish, which is actually very nice. And then you've got this really very sort of translucent bright green ceramic bezel. The shape, if you look at these haunches here, I don't know what you call it, if they're called haunches or not, but that also is very reminiscent of the Rolex Submariner. In actual fact, it's one of the features of the Submariner which I didn't really like. The previous version of the Submariner was a little bit more pointy, a little bit more sculpted, a little bit more svelte, and I actually really liked that. I preferred the older shape, but this gives it a little bit more of a hefty appearance. But at the end of the day, this is still a pretty slim watch. When I compare it to any of my Seiko dive watches, by all accounts, this is a pretty slim watch. A nice H-style bracelet. The bracelet is a trifold milled affair, and it has, of course, on-the-fly adjustment there. There's a button there which you push, as opposed to my Seiko, which has, you can adjust it while it's on wrist, which this one you can't. I do like that clasp, especially with that logo there. That looks really nice. I'm surprised that the bracelet didn't come with protection on it, with some plastic sheathing or something like that. But anyway, if you have a look at this, the crown guards, those are also really quite similar to the Rolex Submariner. On the previous version of the Hydroconquest, yeah, I didn't even mention that word. This is the Hydroconquest, the latest version of the Longines Hydroconquest dive watch. But these are now made to look really quite similar to the Rolex crown guards. Also, the pip here also looks really quite similar to Rolex. It's a closed case, obviously, being a dive watch. I actually don't know if this is completely legal when it says no returns if removed. I don't know if that's actually true. Scan for terms and conditions. But I'm not going to risk it, I'm not going to mess around. Let's just put it on wrist and see what it looks like. Got the string there in the way. So size-wise, even the 39mm looks quite sizable. I can't imagine what the 42mm would be like. I assume they have something to 39. Okay, probably what I will do at some point is do a comparison with this and with my Seiko limited edition diver. My other watches don't really compare. I'm currently wearing the Tudor 1926, obviously a different genre of watch. My Chrono 41 is a different genre of watch. The King Seiko is different. So they're all kind of different. The closest thing I have is this, is the limited edition Seiko, and it'll be an interesting comparison to make. So until then, I will leave you with that. Just a box opening, really, not an in-depth review. And I have some thinking to do, whether this is something I want to hold on to, whether I take off these and just commit to it or not. But for now, I wish you well. Have a wonderful weekend, and I'll catch you on the next one.